I first came across the parish giving scheme in the Diocese of Gloucester when I worked there. In fact, the scheme originated in Gloucester, and it's originated from a bishop's staff team that was trying to work out what more they could do to support local parish churches. And one of the answers they came up with was to try and remove something of the administrative burden from churches, so that local church leaders could focus on the real spiritual issues which are at the heart of giving. So I signed up for the parish giving scheme in Gloucester. I've done the same again here in Leicester, and my own family used the parish giving scheme through our local church. So this is an introduction to encourage our local churches here in the Diocese of Leicester to explore more of how they can respond to God's generosity, and to do that in a very practical way through the parish giving scheme.
I arrived about 18 months ago, and one of the things that we discerned together was really important to us as a church was looking at how we move forward, both in our faith, in our mission, and in our discipleship. We were looking at our vision and the kind of things that we want to do in the community, and to play our part in that overall and underlying strategy of being shaped by God. And we looked at the parish giving scheme, which is being newly launched in the diocese, and it seemed like a good opportunity for us to open up a wider conversation about giving and where it fitted within our life as Christian disciples.
Right from the start, we realised that this was much more than a journey related to financial giving. We wanted to develop and foster a culture of generosity. Love and generosity are such a key and fundamental part of who God is and of his nature and of the way he deals with us. And we wanted to be a family and a people that reflected God's generosity and love.
We've very much taken the point of view is that there's a lot of work that we do which is about increasing numbers in the church and increasing the depth of discipleship and service to the community, and a whole load of activities that we want to be able to do, and that's why we ask for the money. So we very much start with, this is what God's calling us to do, these are the things we are doing, but it doesn't come without a cost.
So we decided to set aside some time in the church year to really focus on giving, and particularly on financial giving. Obviously we encourage people to think about how they can give their time, their talents, but there's something very specific about thinking about our relationship with money. We had a whole month where each week we looked at biblical passages that explored what our relationship with money said about our faith, all leading up to a vision and gift day where we explored where we felt God might be calling us to go, the different challenges and opportunities that there are for us. But within that, asking church members to think prayerfully about their level of giving and what that said about their Christian faith.
So we enlisted the help of the generous giving team at the diocese, and they helped us put together a programme of both teaching and activities to try and encourage and foster this culture of generosity. So firstly, we wanted to address this question of discipleship, which is the question of experiencing God's love. Then we wanted to share something of our vision of what that meant, of how we express God's love to each other and to the community around us. And a really big part of our vision was to recruit and appoint a children and schools worker. And that gave us a really specific and tangible focus for our teaching on financial generosity.
We were enthusiastic joiners of the scheme. We had a discussion at the PCC where I did quite a hard sell about how advantageous this scheme would be in terms of less administration and getting our tax reclaims in sooner.
I immediately felt that scheme was ideal for us because we already had a large number of people giving by standing order and with gift aid. I took it to the PCC meeting and explained what the benefits were going to be. They agreed to join, but importantly from my point of view, the members of the PCC agreed that they would be the first to join.
We started by approaching all PCC members to see if they would transfer from being standing order into giving by direct debit, and I think there was a core of about 10 of us who started it off.
Well, the next stage we prepared a letter which was signed by the team rector and the church wardens, And then we approached each person in turn that was already given by standing order. We gave them the letter, the application form, and there's a leaflet that came out which looked at the possibility of having an increase each year in line with the retail price index. Most people have been happy to join the scheme when it's been explained how it's going to help the parish.
If you can get them to see direct debit as an advantage for the church, they say, fine, if you're going to get the money quicker, we'll go ahead and do it.
It was simply amazing to see the scheme just work from then on. The giving plus the gift aid was there in our bank account the first month after we'd signed up to the scheme.
The scheme is working extremely well. I've got no complaints about the scheme. Parish giving have been extremely helpful. The money is taken by direct debit and they get the tax, and the money is all in our bank account as promised.
The advantages are that I get the tax refund every month instead of every 3 months, and that helps the cash flow.
We've had a gradual increase of the number of people giving through this way, and we've also used it when somebody new joins our church family and they're looking to give regularly. Then our response is, would you like to join the parish giving scheme? Because they're into the scheme straight away then.
The big advantage for us as a church is that it automates that really kind of painstaking process of applying for gift aid.
I would recommend it to any particular church to take it on, and I think it's particularly useful for small parishes, but it's well worth the effort for any parish, large or small.
So I would really recommend the parish giving scheme to any parish that was looking to address financial giving. It's been a really easy thing for us to use, and it's saved us a huge amount of work, and for me it's a no-brainer.
I would really encourage other clergy and church leaders to explore the parish giving scheme. It's brought together the ways in which people can give. The literature is very accessible and there's on-hand support so you can communicate what it's about to people. For us as a church, we'll still have people who give in a variety of ways. There'll be people who want to drop money in the pot. There'll be those who want to use the envelope scheme. But we really see going forward that the parish giving scheme will play a key part in how we encourage certainly new members who want to take that act of commitment to think about signing up and giving in that way.
God has showered so many good gifts upon us, and the parish giving scheme is about enabling us to respond to God's generosity, both in terms of our own discipleship and giving to others, in terms of supporting the mission and ministry of our local church, but then also within our diocesan vision of being shaped by God. So as God is generous to us, we seek to be generous to others.